Bigs versus Bigs, guys. You know, the biggest podcast in the world. But we have a huge guest, man. We have a huge guest today. We're very thankful for him being here. There's a lot of things about him that are how do you put, very, very cold. Not only is he a NABO champion and a NABA champion.
Wow.
Right, but he's also an artist, a pilot, like planes.
I didn't know he was a pilot.
Like a comedian.
The comedian.
He knows his way around a joke. A barber and a mechanic. Ladies and gentlemen, Steven So Cold Nelson.
So cold.
There we go. I gotta ask you, how do you fit all of that into just one lifetime?
Man, I was talking about this today. Like, people ask me all the time, like, what do I do for fun?
Right.
And I just tell them my life is fun. I do what I want. I love everything I do. You know, I can monetize, and everything I do, I enjoy. I can do it for free if I had to. So I work with kids in the community. You know, I'm the executive director of B&B Sports Academy. So I work with kids all the time, and you know, like I say, everything I do, I love it. I can do it. I do it regardless of what the pay is.
Right. Yeah, that's tough, man. I mean, working with the kids is extremely admirable, man. They're definitely the youth. I remember, man, you know, you were on a real tear, and I believe you injured was it your knee?
No, I had tore my Achilles. That was a major injury, and I was out for 2 years. So, you know, that was a little setback, but
yeah,
you know, I'm back. You know, I'm back and I'm strong. You know,
that's fire, bro. And I remember you hitting the stage, man. You hitting the comedic, going into the comedic world. Was that your first time doing stand up, or had you done that before?
Yep, I actually started doing stand up, and I also started to learn how to fly planes when I was injured. I'm like, man, I'm not about to sit around and mope and be all sad about what's going on. I'm about to use this time to do things that I always wanted to do outside of boxing.
Right.
You know, and I was sitting around, I was sitting in bed with a cast on, and to occupy my time, I was like, you know what? I'm about to go back and watch all the old sitcoms and, you know, Def Comedy Jam and everything. The stuff that make me happy, which is laughing. I love laughing. And I'm like, man, I'm watching them. I'm like, man, I'm just as funny as these dudes because, man, I always been, like, goofy and always, like, love laughing. So I'm just as funny as these dudes. You know what? As soon as I can get up on this foot, I'm about to have my first show. I'm about to start writing material. I was sitting there writing material, coming up with good ideas, and I had my first show. I got injured March. I had my first show in June.
Wow. You know what's crazy, man? I'm like the funniest person a lot of people know. It's been like 7 people that told me that. So for about 10 years, I've been writing down my funniest jokes for my Netflix special.
Yeah, people always be like, oh, man, you a comedian? Tell me a joke. I'm like, dude, like, nobody funny just sit there and just tell a joke. Like,
yeah, it doesn't work. Like, they don't understand us, bro. They can't understand us.
Come up. Like, something gotta happen and you like, you just wing off of it. You don't just
natural.
Man.
Yeah, it's natural.
Why the chicken cross the road? Like, nigga, what?
Well, you're ahead of me in the comedy thing. So after this, I'm gonna let you look at some of my jokes and stuff. You let me know, and if you want any jokes, then you know, I mean, I could be one of your writers.
Like I learned that, man, you can make anything funny. It's all about your delivery. It's all about how you deliver.
True. That's true. That's one of the truth, the truths to life, bro. That is one of the real.
In the metaphoric ways that you tap into that situation, you tap into it and bring up stuff that people don't like recognize off the rip. But then when you say it, you're like, oh, I do the same thing. I think the same way. That's what makes it funny.
That's real. So I see in here, champ, you had a fight in 2022 against James Ballard. That was after the Achilles injury.
Yeah, that was my first fight back. It only lasted what, a round? I think it didn't
Yeah,
go the full round. So I didn't even count that as like getting knocking
yeah.
off the ring rust. Even though I was back in the ring, I didn't get a chance to knock off that ring rust. And then my
Right,
first
right.
time actually knocking off the ring rust was a fight in 23 on the
Mm.
Bud and Spence undercard, where I went
Yeah.
through 10 rounds, and I got to get in there and actually get somebody that's going to, you know, punch back.
Right, 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 right.
Uh, that's
Well,
that's like
I'm sure he would have punched back if you gave him a chance, but you didn't give him no chance. You got him
yeah.
out of there.
I mean, I won every round on the judge's scorecard, but it was good to get back in there and get that feel back.
Yeah, you a bad dude though, man. I remember watching you on I heard about you first on Top Rank. I
Yeah,
saw you performing, and it's like Bomac, the other trainers there, you guys have like a real great style, man. I see it in
yeah,
all of you guys. So I know that y'all are getting excellent training, excellent coaching, and it's becoming like I love seeing the transition. Like, Floyd had his style and it affected boxing, right? Andre Ward.
right.
Now I see you guys doing that, and I'm really, really loving it. I see like kind of Keyshawn fights similar to you guys, you and
Yeah.
Crawford.
It's like all about the chemistry, man. Like, and really, we more so like a brotherhood because it's hard to explain how it is with us because we all been around each other, you know, way, way, way back, years ago,
Right, right,
and we all connected, from being from Omaha. It's not like we went out on a search and looked for a good coach. We all
right,
built each other up to where we at. All the coaches here were fighters before, and
right,
we all trained together in the gym, and then it just transitioned to, I'm about to stop being a fighter, and they transitioned to being a coach.
right, right. Yo, y'all Omaha dudes is coming up, man.
Yeah.
Y'all like the new boxing like
Well,
boxing state
At the
for
new Mecca,
the new Mecca, man.
for
the
real.
big thing about me is, I started boxing at 21, but
Hmm.
I've been knowing Bud my whole life. I've been knowing the trainers like most of my life, so it was an easy connection. Like once I
Right.
started boxing, and when I first started boxing, the first person I called was Bud.
Mm.
Like, hey, bro, I'm boxing now, dog. I'm beating everybody up over here in North Carolina. He's like, oh, for real, that's good, man. Fuck, keep doing what you're doing. I'm like, no, I want to spar you. I want to spar you. He like, man, a whole different level, bro. We ain't ready yet. I'm like, no, man, I'm big too, man. You too little for me. When I come home, we spar.
uh, how
I go
was that?
home. I'm ready. Like, yeah, I'm here, bro. Let's spar. Like a couple months after I told him, man, I get in there with him, man. He was right. It was a whole different level. There's levels to it. But that inspired me to go back and work on certain things and get way better. And then when I started coming back, I end up being like his main sparring partner because he's
Mhm.
like, dang, man, you way better now. Like the
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
second time I came back home, he was like, man, it's like night and day. Because
Wow.
because I'm the type of person where if somebody show me something,
Right.
I'm going to go and I'm going to perfect it on either the same level or above what they showed me.
Right,
So
right,
once he showed me what level I needed to be at to compete up on that level, I took it up. And that was 2010. And basically by 2012, I was on the Olympic team as a training partner, as
Jeez.
an alternate for the Olympics.
wow.
So
That's nuts. And who was the number one guy back then?
Marcus Brown.
Oh.
Oh, snap. I
Mm.
didn't even
You know,
realize.
I
Wow. So
went
you
to I
grew
went to the trials. I went to the Olympic trial. It was called like Olympic reload trials. It was a reload. I had 6 fights.
Ooh.
what?
I had 6 fights. Went to the reloads, and I'm fighting guys that are ex champions and who won other national titles and people with hella fights, and I'm running through all of them. Like it was to the point where I'm going to the weigh-ins and they looking past me. They like, They're at the weigh-ins, right next to me, talking to the other guy. They're like, "Hey man, who you fight?" And like, oh, I'll fight this dude right here. He green. I'm about to get that ECW. And I'm sitting right there, like,
You know why? You know why though? You had that fresh book.
I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I say, look at me like I'm a chump. Like, I'm
Yo,
like,
champ,
all right,
it was because your book was fresh.
It was probably
You remember
clean.
yeah,
that?
It
Your
ain't
book,
get
right.
dirty
your
and
book
ripped up
wasn't
yet.
dirty and ripped up.
And the book was white, didn't have
Yeah,
no
yeah.
stains on it, no Kool-Aid stains, no marks on it. It wasn't bent up. It was all perfect. Six
Yeah.
fights. They're like, oh yeah, I'm about to run through this dude. I'm running through all of them. Even the finals, I fought Marcus Brown. Hats off to him. For being an Olympian. But a lot of people, swayed it either way. They was like, man, like we feel like you won and stuff. He
Wow.
won. He won by like a point or two. They took 4 points from me. Talk about I was holding.
Wow.
But like he was he had the experience. Like when we get
Yeah, yeah,
close,
yeah.
he'd clinch up and he'd clench my arms under his underarms, and then he's there like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, so ref be like, stop holding. I'm like, I'm not holding him. He's grabbing my arms with his underarm, making it look like I'm holding. So it was just experience,
Yeah.
and they ended up taking points, but he ended up winning by the points that they took from me. So
Yo, champ, see, we out here in New York, so Marcus is already pro
yeah,
after
yeah,
that. But I can't, we came up after him. But I
right.
remember, Marcus was knocking everything out.
He
Like,
was
Everybody,
so
even
everything.
even at the trials,
yeah.
he knocked out everybody until the finals when he got to me. He knocked out everybody.
That's crazy. You was there with 6 fights?
6 fights. That's
6 fights,
remarkable.
bro.
You got I'm not you that guy. When you told me this story, if you'd have told me, yo, man, look, I got clipped, and I would have understood, because I remember here in New York, he was just running
Yeah,
through everybody crazy.
he was sleeping everybody. Even at the trial, I tell you, he knocked out everybody until he got to me. He stopped
That's
everybody.
nuts. Yo, champ, that is nuts, man. So you probably going through that, man. You knew you were gonna be a world champion. I mean, pretty much was
Yeah.
destined. So
In boxing, like I was telling people, man, boxing was never like a dream or a goal of mine. I just happened to start boxing when I was 21. I was in the army. I started boxing
right,
just to stay in shape. Cause I got tired of doing the same old army workouts every day. Work again every day, 5:30 in the morning, doing push-ups, sit-ups, and runs every day. I want to do something different that's gonna keep me in shape. And I just started boxing just to stay in shape. I never said, "Oh, I want to be a world champion."
right.
And it just went from there. Like, man, everybody was like, "You good, man? You good? You should do this." I'm like, "Really?" Like, okay. And I'm just following the road that God put in front of me.
So you saying you about to become champ off a side quest?
Yep.
Well, hey man, that is that is nuts, man. So fast forward, you get signed to Top Rank. You were signed to Top Rank, right?
Yeah, I was
You
signed to Top Rank
you
when I
still with
first
them?
went pro. No, I'm not. I'm self promoted now. After Bud left Top Rank, and then I had my injury. I tried to come back, and they were kind of like, because man, they had like their little deal with Bud, lawsuit and everything. So they had like a little funny vibe. So
Right.
let's just let me separate myself.
Right. I
So
feel like, not to sorry to cut you off, champ. I feel like when you're the best fighter in the world, right?
mhm.
And you have your guys with you. You have your slots. What I love about y'all relationship is that, having the power he has, it seems like you guys are on the cards. You guys are there with him.
Yeah.
Y'all helping each other. You're sparring each other. You're working with each other. I've seen a lot of camps, man, where guys been big stars, and they don't care. They don't look out for nobody.
Yeah, that's why for this fight, like this fight, you look at the card, it's all like big names.
Right.
But Bud told them like I'm a 2-person package. Me and my boy
Wow.
Steven gonna be on the card or I'm not fighting. That's what he told them.
Oh
So
wow.
they gave him a spot and put me on the card. Like otherwise they would it would have been tough to get on that card because that card, you look at that card, man, everybody
Right.
them Turkish people they putting big cars together, so it's
Wow.
a lesson to even be on the card.
Wow, man.
wrestling because Bud was like, "Hey, me and my boy, he swing, I swing." That's what we always say. He swing, I swing. Shit,
that's that's fire, man. That's why we got a name for Bud on this show, man. We call him Goat Bud.
Yeah,
and that right
Hey, the
there
truth, boy.
is just I've had years and years of arguments about him and Spence. I never wanted to see the fight because I love Spence, big Spence fan, big fan of his. But I was like, guys, I don't this one, I'm rocking with Bud.
people
And
that really know boxing like knew. People
yeah,
that really know boxing.
You know what I could say too? It as the years went on, as the conversation progressed, more and more of the real expert fan and fans that follow the sport closely started to say, "Yeah, I think Bud gonna take it." But at first, man, like almost nobody was giving
Yeah,
Crawford.
but it was crazy because I used to tell people, because people excuses are always the size different.
yeah,
Yep.
What a good boxer, but man, Spencer's is big. I'm like, dude,
yeah,
y'all don't understand this dude, Bud, man. He's
yeah,
not fucking normal, dude. Like he, since he was younger, he's always sparred bigger guys, so he know
yeah,
how to handle stuff. He's stronger than the average
exactly,
154 pounder.
yeah.
You understand? Like like even this camp, we sharing sparring partners.
Wow.
It's not.
I'm
It's nuts.
168.
Jeez.
I'm 168. He fight 154. We share sparring partners.
Dang. You know how I knew, champ? You know I knew what it was gonna be. You know what fight really proved it to me?
Yeah,
Well, I said, yo, I got him over Spence. It's a weird fight, but it was a fight where he fought Jeff Horn. When Jeff Horn fought
yeah,
Pacquiao, right?
yeah,
He was able to overpower Pacquiao physically.
yeah.
And,
Exactly.
and I said, yo, the way he manhandled Jeff Horn, I knew it was gonna happen. And also I realized that Bud had the wrestling background. Spence had the
Yeah,
football background. Spence is able to put you on the ropes. I said he would not be able to put Crawford on the ropes.
Nope.
And he has a fight in the middle of the ring. In the middle of the ring, he'd be dominant. And that's how I knew that
yeah.
but
I've been sparring Bud for years. I've been
yeah.
telling him, like, dude, I'm a big dude, man, and me and Bud we back and forth at it. Like I'm like, man, y'all don't understand how strong this dude is.
Let's go, Bud. You know, so man, I'm looking at you at the 168 landscape, right? You're back. I'm happy
Mm-hmm.
you're back, bro.
Yeah,
They got some good fights out there. I
right.
actually, man, am a big fan of you and a big fan of your skills. I looked at your skill set, and I don't really. I think you might. I think you're the guy at that weight. In all actuality, man, I think you have Canelo floating around in 68 or 75.
Yeah,
I like to see you guys fight. I think that'd be a
right.
great fight.
Yeah,
Then you have who else did that with? You have Caleb Plant.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I think that'd be an awesome match for you.
Edgar Berlanga from
Oh
over
yeah,
here.
right. I
Yeah,
thought you guys would.
I've been with him forever, but man, even
Have-
when we was on Top Rank together, man, like
Right.
it was crazy how it transpired because we used to see each other. Like I knew him from the amateurs. He was like one of my sparring partners when I was on Team USA. He was young,
mm,
he was coming
Yeah.
from the JOs. He was like 18,
yeah.
19,
Yeah.
and I was the number one guy. He was cool and stuff, sparring partner. Went pro. He was on Top Rank. We see each other. What's up, bro? What's up? Talking cool.
Yeah.
And everything. Never had an issue with him. And then one day I fought, and he posted on Twitter like, "Man, I wrecked this dude, Steven." I'm like, "Dude, where is this
What?
coming from? You see me all the time. Like,
Wow.
what is you on?" Like, I'm like, "Dude, like, what is you on?" And we started going back and forth. And ever since then, man, it's just been up from there. And then I inbox him. I'm like, "Dude, what's up?" Like, man, like I ain't about all that internet, social media cap type stuff. What's good? Like we can make something. He's like, "Oh no, man. Somebody told me that you wanted to fight me, so that's why I'm like,
Mm,
dude, like I ain't never said anything about you. Why would I say something about?" And at the time, I was ranked higher than him. I'm like, dude, why would I call you out and I'm ranked above you?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to shoot up. He surpassed me because I had the injury. A lot of these guys, a lot of my peers passed me because I had an injury. I was off for 2 years, and
Right.
now I'm at that point where I'm trying to get back to
Right.
have my name up there, floating at the top with these names. But they tried to hold me back because I don't have a promoter. So, like even for this fight, man, we had started the match, man. We had started from the top and asked everybody one by one, hey, what's up? Make this fight on this card, and they all turned it down or said they had something coming up or priced themselves out or they wanted the A side and wanted more money.
Yeah.
It
They
was
need it.
man. So it was hard making this fight, man. But I finally got an opponent. He's 20-0 from Tijuana, Mexico.
Okay. What's his name?
Mauricio Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
His name is Mauricio.
Mauricio Rodriguez. Okay.
Mauricio Rodriguez, something like that.
That's 20-0 Tijuana. That's a real fight.
Yeah, he 20-0.
Yeah.
He had one draw, but yeah, he 20-0, one draw. So it's gonna be a good fight.
Who, if you don't mind me asking, Chim, who's some of the fighters that said no? Because I'm gonna put together a GoFundMe so they can get a heart transplant.
Man, like literally, if you go on BoxRec and you look at the 168 pounders and you start from the top 10, it was because I was trying to get somebody ranked in the top 10. We started from the top and we went all the way down to like from like 10 all the way down to like 25.
Dang, that's a lot of guys. You know who I think will be a good fight, man?
What's that?
For you right now, I like him too, man. But he's had a big win. Shane Mosley Jr.
Oh yeah.
He got a lot of heart. I think he got
Yeah,
some heart.
yeah. I want all them fights, but like that's the problem with them guys. Them guys are under promotion companies and they want to be the A side and they want the more money and they want all this stuff and they look at it like it's a higher risk, low reward for them.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. You can
So
fight.
because
You can fight your ass off.
I'm an up and coming guy trying to get these, breaks. So I gotta get these guys who probably used to be champions and stuff like that, like the Danny Jacobs and stuff like that, but they already tied to these other guys who with promotion companies who have ties to them, so they getting the first dibs of them.
Right. They getting those first big fights. So you
Yeah,
do have I saw you have Munguia out
yeah.
there. He
And
needs
then
a
they trying to make a fight with him and Caleb Plant now, so it's like I'm just trying to get in where I fit in.
Yeah, sometimes with this sport, it kind of seems like a club, and he's in
Yeah,
them big weights. You got to get in that club. Once you get your shot, you be good. You get 2-3 fights up in that, at the top. But as I really look at it, man, you have the most unique style. You're also a fan friendly fighter. You know how to move forward and back, obviously, into the side.
yeah,
But
exactly.
you come to get people out of there. You don't take a lot of punishment. Is there anybody that you think that you could really like a fight that you can get you like, man, I'll show the world in this fight. If I get this fight with this
yeah.
person, everybody's gonna see that,
Oh,
let me in the club.
it's coming. I don't like to, look past opponents,
Yeah. Understood.
but my agent,
Uh-huh.
he reached out to a couple promotional companies, and they try to make some bigger fights happen after this fight. So
Mm-hmm.
this fight right here is, just to get back in there, and then
Yeah.
this next fight after that is going to be something big.
Dang, so Cole, you getting some money when you got an agent.
Yeah.
You doing good in life when you got an agent. My agent.
Right.
I still say that. Yeah. We gotta
Yeah,
start
but these
doing that.
fighters didn't realize, like a lot of times, fighters don't realize that they don't need a promotion company. All you need is an agent and a lawyer. Really, that's what Bud is teaching me.
That's true.
That's what Bud been teaching me. That's why a lot of the promoters don't like Bud because he is demanding certain stuff that he know because he done got a little knowledge of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They can't pull the same bullshit they pull with these up and coming guys because these up and coming guys, they need promotion companies to promote them. But once you get to a certain level, why do you need a promotion company when everybody know you already? Everybody want to see you fight. Everybody want to see you fight, so you can make these big fights happen if you got the right people negotiating for you.
Yeah,
You
you're
don't need
right,
a
man.
promoter coming in taking 70% of the money made and giving you a couple M's, and they coming home with close to 100 M's off your fight.
Absolutely.
Yo, absolutely, man. You're right about that. It's a funny thing too, man. One of my boys is Tyrone James.
Yeah.
So Tyrone James one day, man. So we would talk. I would talk to him about Bud. I'm like, yo, man, Bud, that's my favorite fighter, man. And so one day, I was so tired, man. I don't know what I was doing. I probably was out partying all night. I'm sleeping. The phone rings, right? I
Yeah.
see the phone, but I just like put it down. I'm like, I don't know who this is FaceTiming me, but I'm halfway alive right now.
Right.
So Tyrone texts me. He's like, yo, man, it was me and Bud. We was on FaceTime calling you. So I'm like, damn, man. I tried to call the number back.
Yeah. Tyrone, he funny. That's my boy. Yeah, Tyrone. Yeah.
Yo, but
Every time we come to New York, we all link up with him. Every
yeah,
time. That's my boy.
yeah.
Cool as hell.
Tyrone is my dude, man. Genuine dude, and y'all all seem like a real genuine clique, man. Too. I wanna hit you with. Let's give him some names at 168, man. I want you to let me know how, if you got these fights, how they would turn out. You and Caleb Plant.
Man, that's my boy. It's hard to say. That's my boy. It'd be a real strategic, match at first, but I feel like I'll break away once I was like, you know what, I'm about to push forward.
Right.
And that's when the fight will change. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna call stoppage or whatever. I'm just gonna say the fight is gonna change. Once I hit that switch, like, all right, it's time to fight now. Fuck this boxing shit. We got to fight. That's when the fight will change.
You and Demetrius Andre.
Man, he faded out, man. That's a stoppage.
Stop. What round you think?
6 to 8.
6 to 8. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I like the way he talking, bro. I like that.
He said,
Let's
I like
go. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, you and David Morrell.
David Morrell. That's a good strategic match. That's a title fight. That's a title fight right there. I would love that fight for a title. But he moving up to 178. I mean 175.
He's looking for Benavidez.
Quick question before y'all finish: Have you've competed at 175 before?
Yeah.
Okay. Was that in amateurs or in the pros as well?
No, I was amateur. I fought 178. In the pros,
170.
see, in the pros, I fought 175, but I was campaigning at 168 because when you fight a weight class, you don't have to make that weight until you fighting for a title. So you can weigh in 169, 171, 172, whatever. So I always fought like 174, 73, working my way down to 68. But now that I got these interim belts, I got to make 168.
Yeah, you got to make the 68. So what about you and Munguia?
Munguia, all right, man, I beat him up too. He too basic. He too basic. Like that's why Canelo could have stopped him, but he was carrying him.
Yeah.
Like Canelo carried him the whole way. But yeah, I beat him up. He too flat.
I also came up with Berlanga. That's my guy, man.
Yeah.
We sparred too. That's my dude.
Yeah, man, he was cool at first. I never had a problem with him, but then until he said that and just went always out. And ever since then, I've been calling him out. Like, man,
I saw Bud call him out too. He said, "You cool, but my man."
I'm like, man, like let's just end it. You want this Canelo fight, but he's so focused on that Canelo fight. And the thing is, he'll end up getting that fight too because in my eyes, Canelo feel like he can beat him, so he'll use it as a tune-up fight.
Yeah. That'll be a big fight. I hope Edgar get that win.
Yeah.
I've seen him pull some stuff off. But you and Berlanga, how you like that fight?
I'm stopping Berlanga. I'm stopping.
what round you?
I'm stopping just because so much of a rival. I'm not gonna carry him. I'm not gonna box. I'm going for.
Going for him.
So
I'm
that's
going.
that'll be a good fight. I like to
I'm gonna
see that.
burn him out. I'm gonna bring him to the deep end though. I ain't even gonna like do it fast. I'm just gonna box him, and I'm gonna drag him to the deep end. And once I see him, like okay, he taking them big breaths now. That's when I'm hit the gas.
You know, I know it's some a little personal because he starts
Yeah.
squinting his eyes and really like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
I
what I'm
know
like.
exactly
You
you
know what I'm
envision
saying?
it
Like
now.
I ain't the type of dude
Yeah.
like people like Omaha, Nebraska, but they understand like it's a real street life out there. Like I'm from the street, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't do that type of internet and social media and beefing. Like I don't have no issues. If I have an issue with you, I'm gonna figure it. I'm gonna solve it. Like let's solve it. Like I don't want that beef somebody behind me. I don't know who beef him. Like we got a beef with me. Let's solve it. So when he called me out, let's fight.
Right.
Like, what call that talking back and forth on the internet? Let's fight.
That kind of brings us into the next subject. I know Shakur is very close to your camp and probably
Yeah.
part of the brotherhood. I just wanted to know what's your take on how he handles the backlash from the media, from the public. What do you think about that?
I got two things about that. Just like with the thing with boxing and stuff like that, and it's any sport, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we get tired of hearing people always criticizing what we do when they can't even do half of it.
Mm-hmm.
People so quick to criticize, and then you supposed to just be silent. Just let them say whatever. Like let people be silent. Oh, okay, all right, and listen, then go about your day. Like, no, we human too.
Yeah.
So express how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you feel. I'm okay. Express yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, like, that's good. That's good marketing too.
It's excellent marketing.
I like
At the end of the day, like
Yeah.
boxing, like we in the sport, a physical sport. Like, what is boxing without drama?
I
Like,
know.
It's
you
nothing.
need that drama.
Yeah. I like this. I like this. I like this new Shakur. I'm not gonna lie. It's like
Yeah,
you
talk
say.
your shit because it's gonna make everybody jump on board. Like, who is like you people who don't know you? Like, who is this dude? Everybody talking about Shakur, and they gonna start following you and looking at it and looking at the tweets and
he gangster. He's like, you a bum. You a bum. You can't fight. You whack. You
don't
never.
care. Yeah,
right.
you can't do what I do.
And he doing his homework too. He bringing people old videos of fight.
Yes, right. Man,
He got into it. I seen him on Twitter getting into it with Marcus Brown.
Oh, and I didn't see that one.
Right. I was like, wow, he got into Marcus Brown. He ain't got into it with everybody. From top to bottom. Mace, Cameron.
Yeah, right.
Any boxer call anybody say anything, he on their neck. And I mean, all you gotta do is respect it because people like, oh man, he should put his phone down. No, let him do his thing. That's how he want to handle himself. He's not doing nothing but expressing himself. He's not out here riding around getting drunk and driving fast cars and wrecking and stuff or doing cocaine. He's talking shit on Twitter.
Yeah, and he's also boxed like everybody too. I just
That's the
realized that about
freedom of speech. Why would I tell him to put his phone up? Like, do what you do. What do you feel?
As long as you focus.
You're right. And I've noticed he boxed like everybody. I remember him and Berto was going at. He was like, "Man, I boxed you back then." I was like, "What? You boxed? When did you box? When you box out your Berto?"
Yeah, he was on Berto neck. He was on. He been on him.
I will say though, one of the which I like when it stays boxing. People meet up and box, because I have being around. I remember one day I was at a fight. And Marcus caught somebody that was saying something about him in the dressing room. I said, "Oh shit!" And I was in the middle, like, "Yo."
He ran up on him.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. You don't be thinking some people like something. You got to be ready. Sometimes you see people and they're like, "Yo, man, what you said? Yo, man, I whoop your ass." And some guys are
man, people know who to pull on, man, because I don't be having no issues, man. I ain't for that, dog. And people know, like, I ain't want to be on that. Like, if we got a problem, let's solve it, or shut up, Like, I know I can keep going back and forth with you.
Yeah. I think the Twitter. I never been in a Twitter battle yet, but to be in the Twitter battle as a boxer and you going back and forth, I think it's kind of fun for the fans.
It is. It
Until
leads up to the fight.
until someone hurts your feelings,
Right.
then it's like, oh,
It's just me personally, dude. Like
yeah.
I had to manage my emotions because I got anger issues. I grew up with them, but now that I'm older and more mature, I know how to handle them. So I know what type of stuff is going to take me there, and I know what type of stuff to stay away from. So I just be like, man, like I don't play them games because I know I know how I get.
Right.
Just like even in camp, like everybody know that I don't do the playing around, like when they be wrestling and play fighting and stuff. I don't do that because I know that some gonna happen where it's gonna piss me off, and then we really gonna fight. So I don't play because I know that if I play there, like I joke all day. We can joke on each other's mamas and whatever. But when it comes to physical, I don't do that physical stuff because I know how I get. I was the wrong push, the wrong thing that's done, the wrong tweak neck, and I was just up from there. And fighting.
So do you think that it could also be a slippery slope with social media? You see fighters make it to the top, even like Ryan Garcia, and he kind of just goes off the deep end. Do you think that taking social media, it could be taken too serious to where it just gets to the point where you just start, letting loose and just saying any kind of thing?
Yeah. I feel like social media, you have to manage yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like you gotta manage yourself because you can't put everything you want to put on there because
Right.
some people take it serious, some people don't. Like me, social media for me is an alter ego. People never know. People think they know me from social media, but they don't because it's an alter ego. It's not me completely. I may put some of my life on there and stuff that I deal with, but you will never get 100% of me on social media. You may get 10% of me on social media. You get the goofy side, you get the jokes, you get the female flirting and stuff like that. But it's just for fun, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, now I think about it though, bro. I see a lot of videos where like in y'all camp, y'all be wrestling around. I never really seen a video of you wrestling over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because everybody here know, like, but they've been around me for 30 years, 20 some years. So they know, like, man, I don't play with Steve and that stuff. He don't do that shit. Bud be doing it. He bullies so many people. He wrap them up and wrestle and do all kind of crazy stuff to them. But me, I just don't. I don't play. I don't do that. Like certain stuff, you gotta respect certain people's boundaries, and that's one boundary. That's one boundary I have. But sometimes, like man, me and Bud have tussle a couple times, like play in the gym and stuff like that. But it's not on the level that he do with other people.
He be choking niggas,
It's
choking
never
dudes
on
out.
That brings you thinking the same thing.
Go ahead.
That brings us to the video. So what's the backstory on the video where you did the punching challenge with Bud? He's hitting you in the body.
Yeah, that's not a challenge. That's one of our workouts. We do it every time we spar. After we get on sparring, we do core strengthening. We sit there, we punch each other like that, and it's happened that my camera guy was in camp for a couple of days and he's recorded it. But it's always like that. But because the camera's on, Bud went a little harder. Like he usually like that's what I was like. Man, that shit was hurt because usually it's just like a constant like 40% tap, like where you could tell Bud was like digging into like certain parts. He was trying to make me collapse. Like, man, come on, man. You been there. That's why I put in the post. Like, man, Bud always want to be extra. Because
he turned some of them body shots up.
He was
About
turning
3-4
up
times.
and he was going right in my solar plex and like digging up in there. Like usually just a constant like pop, 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 pop. And then after like 15 seconds you start feeling it. And we do like 3 rounds of it, plus some abs in between. But and he was digging on that, and people were like, "Oh man, he weak." I'm like, man, y'all understand? It's easy to say when you watch a video, but when you actually get in, you're not gonna last 10 seconds of doing that.
That's why I thought it was a challenge, man. I was like, "Nah, he's trying to take him out. This must be like some type of thing."
Nah,
did you hit him too?
We do that every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Fine, so
where's the video where you was hitting him?
We didn't record it. I was like, man, I'll get back.
Yo, how you feel about this? I hear a lot of clamor for the Boots Crawford fight, but me personally, I feel about it. I'm like, I think it's just would it really make sense?
Yeah, but it's not even about making sense or Bud ducking or whatever. It's not even about that. Like when you have a career and you have a plan, you can't appease everybody. That's one thing that comes with wisdom. With where Bud come in. Bud used to be a high head where first person to talk shit. He's like, oh, let's get it, but whatever. Like because Bud has a plan. He has a plan. He 36. He turned 37 in a couple months. You know, he has a plan, and everybody want to see Boost, but Boost is not in his plan right now.
Yeah,
maybe after he get done with this plan that he has, then we can entertain that. But he not entertaining because that's not part of the plan right now. He got a much bigger plan right now, so ain't no need to go off track to appease other people because they won't do it for Bud. Bud had to deal with that for so many years.
Yeah,
so many fighters not wanting to fight him, and they pick other people over him and all that stuff. So many years from the Keith Thurmans to the Pacquiao to the Errol Spences. Man, they held out on him for years. The Ugases, all that. They held out on him for years.
No, you're absolutely right, man. And I look at it like seeing him become undisputed at 154 would like I already got him on my Mount Rushmore of fight of all fighters, man. But seeing him become a 3-time undisputed champion at 154, beating Madrimov, and clearing out that weight class. Now I would love if Boots got a belt at 154. I could see that why that
That's
would
what
happen.
I'm saying. But have a plan. Why are you looking back at something he already did?
Yeah,
like,
become IBF world.
Like they gotta make it make sense. Like, but you know, the fans they're gonna always be biased towards whatever, and they're gonna always, no matter what you prove, it's gonna always be something else they're gonna say that they want to see.
Yeah, they was gonna say that, and I think that the Errol Spence victory was the most impressive. It's the most impressive victory I've seen in boxing. That like the stakes were so high
in my lifetime,
and it actually lived up to the event.
Yeah,
but it was dramatically one-sided to the point that you had to. People came up with reasons like, nah, something had to be wrong. You had to, like, it was that dramatic and
blaming everything, weight, all the car weight, but like before that, they didn't use excuses when he was beating up Ugas and he beat up Danny Garcia and stuff. After all that happened to him, he did all that, and they didn't make no excuses. But then when Bud beat him up, it was all the excuses came up: weight drain, car wrecks,
They try to say he smoked. Like,
they
try to say every type of thing.
Let's give this man his credit, but the thing is, man, Bud could have did so much more in boxing if he would have got a fair shake. But he's always he had to do it the hard way. He had to do it the hard way from the get go. You know, Bud was fighting in bars and small little smokers locally for years.
Yeah.
Until the only reason why he got to where he's at because his manager at the time, who was Cameron Duncan, now was with Top Rank, wasn't getting him no fights, but then lining him up to be a sparring partner with Tim Brown. He was a sparring partner, bro. Like, couldn't get no fights. He beating up Tim, and Tim like, man, like, who you with? Why ain't you fighting, man? You not a sparring partner, dude. You a world champion.
Yeah.
And he like, I'm trying to get fights, but man, Cameron ain't got me no fights. Tim Bradley called him like, man, get this kid some fights, and he got him on a couple Top Rank shows, and then Top Rank signed him.
Jeez.
Wow, he became the man.
And then
I
even
say,
on Top Rank, they held out on him for years. He wanted the Pacquiao fight for so many years, and they kept on promising him, "Oh yeah, we're gonna give it for you after this fight. We'll give it to you." And they kept on lying to him and promising him the Pacquiao fights, and that's where the lawsuit came from, because they promised him Pacquiao, they promised him Errol Spence, and none of that stuff transpired.
Oh, that's egregious.
he kept winning through it all, man.
Yeah,
He kept winning in impressive
he
fashion
had
through it all.
a hard route to get.
So I see
Even
him.
the stuff
I
he
see him
accomplished
like from
now,
what you're
he was a
saying.
hard route, and people try to
Mm-hmm.
talk down and slander his name and say, "Oh, he don't sell." Like, that's what the promoter's supposed to say when you leaving him. He don't sell. But if you look at the numbers, look at ESPN numbers, look at the pay per view numbers, man, they always up there, man. But
It
they
is.
the numbers, yeah.
Yeah, he has like the fifth. I think like the fifth pay per view, man. Him
Yeah.
and Spence. So it shows right there. So I see him like from what you're saying. Y'all sharing sparring partners. He's able to hang with you even though he's a smaller guy.
Yeah.
Canelo's at 168. You're a top 5 168 pounder super middleweight. How you see the fight between him and Canelo Alvarez go?
Oh man, Canelo's not gonna be able to keep up with his timing and his speed and pace. And then you gotta think about it, like that's why you hard with me, because it's like, even though you bigger, like, man, you want to sit down and crack him, but by the time you load up and you try to throw them power shots, he already timing you, pop, and he's moving. But those pops ain't pops. The motherfuckers
Yeah.
boom boom. Like,
Yeah.
he can punch, and he know how to punch. It's not always about who the strongest. It's about knowing how to turn your punches over and knowing when and where to punch. He's an expert at that. So he gonna wear Canelo down, man.
Yeah. I say you because seeing how Floyd beat him, I'm like, yeah, I got Crawford for that.
Right. People talk about,
Stopping him.
yeah, and people always talk about, well, he was taking punches from Triple G. Like, man, but it's a difference. Like, being stopped don't mean they just knocked you out cold.
Yeah.
Sometimes they wear you down.
Yeah.
Where you can't do nothing. You boom boom getting hit in key spots. Boom 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 boom. Like, dang.
Can't defend yourself anymore.
Yeah, and it just wear you down. Where now he can sit down on big shots and get you out of there. Versus somebody loading up and throwing big blunt shots that you can brace for. It's a difference.
Exactly. I had a boy going back to this. He sparred Boots and he sparred Crawford. He said the difference was, he said, Boots throws everything hard. So he sparred 8 rounds. Every punch was viciously hard. Never got tired. But he said with Crawford, he just placed his punches very well.
Yeah.
And some stuff was soft, other shots were hard, and the angles were just creative.
Yep.
Creative angles that he didn't see it before. He said that was the biggest difference to him.
Yeah, he placed his shots well.
Yeah. When someone's throwing, I've noticed when someone's throwing everything hard, it's kind of like I get a chance to brace for it.
Yeah, and then you learn. You be okay. Let me say, but Bud will lure you to sleep. He'll pop. He'll touch you here and there. Boom, boom. You're like, oh wait, you wait for that. Then it just start frustrating you because he hitting you from different angles and doing stuff. And by the time you catching on to what he's doing, he's moving on to something else. You be like, all right, he touched me with this stiff jab to the body, and then you're braced for it, and he's coming over top with it now. Now you bracing for it.
Hey man, yeah. Go ahead, Champ. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so by the time you catch on to what he's doing, he's already on the next level doing something else. Then you move to that, then he's back over here. Then you like, dang, I can't catch up. Nothing.
Oh man. Oh, were you there? Because I saw the sparring with Crawford and
Yeah,
Andre Ward. Were you there, bro?
I was right there. Yeah, I was
Dang.
supposed to work with Dre. I was supposed to work with Dre too, but Bud took all the rounds from me.
Dang. How many did they do? How many rounds they did?
They did like 4 or 5,
That's
but we
good.
do 4 minute round. You know, Dre ain't in training camp and
Yeah,
he ain't
yeah, yeah.
boxing, so you know he wasn't. And we
That's
at
great.
high altitude. We in Colorado, so you know
Yeah.
he did them few rounds and he was done.
Dang, bro. Who have you seen give Bud the best work?
I don't know, man. Bud is like, dog. He one of them people where you just be like, oh yeah, I know what he gonna do. Like if he have a okay sparring, it's because something going with him. Either he's tired or he's having a sore neck or something. But I ain't never seen nobody this outclass Bud and do anything that was just like, damn, he was fucking him up.
I can't imagine that you have. I mean, from his
Yeah,
resume,
me
his
and
own
Bud.
performances.
Like with me and Bud, it's like people watch us and they be like entertained because we've been sparring for so long. We know each other, so
Yeah.
we be in there doing stuff, going back and forth and counters and back and forth. And it's like a
Yeah.
movie because we know each other so well. So we got to be more creative.
Right,
Um,
right.
so not to toot my own horn, but I feel like I give him the best work of for anybody. 'Cause I just know him for
Nah,
I'm,
go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead and toot that horn, brother.
Nah, you got to. I
Yeah.
thought you was gonna say that because I figured I was like, yeah, y'all been sparring for so long.
He's sparring for so long, so we know each other. So we have to be so creative
Yeah.
and do other stuff to attack each other. You know what I mean? Then we in there talking shit. You like, yeah, I kicked your ass today, Steven. I'm like, nah, man. Today I had the upper hand today. You know what I mean? We go back and
Mm-hmm.
forth.
And you're a bad dude though, man. You very much, because of the injury stuff. But from me watching you, you very much underrated, man. And
Very underrated.
I would love to see you like. I think even like which I've been noticing, like the zone really been giving guys good looks and keeping them active.
Yeah,
And as an American fighter, I like this. Like, even if you went over there, worked with them for a while, I think that would be good because people can see how good you are, and then you can get like a. I love
yeah,
to see you in them McGee guys like that, and they seem like they're paying over there. Like
yeah.
guys getting
That's the
some money.
goal. That's the goal. Zone. They trying to do some stuff
Hmm.
after this fight. So
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
So prayers up, and God's plan,
Hmm.
everything work out, and then we move on to do some bigger things.
For real, man. See me, I'm 16-0, so you let them know it's a two-man thing. If Steven there,
Yeah,
Big's there too. We got.
they're like, hey man, any other prospects? Oh yeah.
I ain't never seen him fight before, but that's my guy.
We appreciate you still, man.
Brother, is there uh so did we ask him this already? Oh, did we ask him who did he want to fight if he can have one fight right now?
Oh yeah,
We did, man. He said anybody and everybody in the top 10. He went down the
Is
list.
there a specific guy right now that you're like,
yeah. I want shit. Right now, I want Edgar. That's the only one I got some
Oh,
class.
okay.
I want Edgar.
Mm.
I want
Mm-hmm.
Edgar. That's my and he got a big name. I give it to he got a big name now.
yeah.
He moved right with his little knockout streak and stuff like that. But I feel like that'd be a good fight. That'd be a good
It
fight
would.
between him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
Um,
would be a really good fight.
and I'm ready to show the
Yeah.
world like why they call me so cold.
Mm.
Yeah, nah, I like see it be fights like this where I like both people, and I'm like,
Yeah,
not my guys, but
yeah, and
it
that's
gotta
one.
happen.
Yeah, exactly. That's
It
one
gotta
beauty thing
happen. It's
about
violence.
boxing is people don't have to pick sides. You can just
Yeah.
love boxing and want
You
to
Yep.
see a good
can,
fight.
you
You know
can.
what I mean? Genuinely speaking,
Hmm.
I don't have a reason to hate Edgar. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
hate
yeah, yeah,
Edgar.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I just want to fight him because of the bad blood we had from the words
yeah.
that was said. So I feel like we got to get that out.
Right, right.
And we shake hands after the word, hug up. Hey, bro, we
Yeah,
cool. I ain't got
yeah,
no. I ain't got nothing against him. He ain't never did nothing to me. Nobody in
yeah.
my family. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
Right, right.
realistically, I don't hate the dude. but I just want to beat his ass.
But you know what it is? It's the culture of boxing. It's like,
Yeah.
if you take this chance, right? God forbid it don't go your way. People just dog you. You a bum. He was never good. More guys would get it popping, I feel like, if boxing was like, okay, he lost. Let's see him fight somebody else. But let's let him get some
Yeah.
money too. That's
Just
the
like this
problem.
how like basketball and football is. Like
Exactly.
they can lose and come back and be in the playoffs and win the championship,
Yeah.
and nobody never say nothing about them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But boxing is like, as soon as you lose, or no, you know what? I'm gonna take that back. You
Bad
don't have to
performance.
lose. You can have a bad performance
Bad
and win,
performance.
and then still dog you.
And
Look
you
how they doing
win.
Shakur.
And they
Look,
still mad
Yeah.
at
look
you.
how they doing Shakur, dude. He had one fight where, he had an injury and then he just got through the fight and pulled out the win. And everybody hated him for that. Like,
Yeah. It
dang,
was
bro.
rough. It was rough. Certain styles of fights, I feel like this, right? There's certain people I if I got a chance to go to the club, or I could watch this fight on Saturday, I'm probably gonna go to the club. And it's not because they're bad fighters. It may not be my type of fight, right?
Right.
And I like what I like. But then there are a lot of people that may like other types of fights, right? Some people love to just guys standing there hitting each other. Some guys like to see a guy be defensive and move around. That's your choice and that's your forte. You feel what I'm saying? But it doesn't make the person a bad fighter. It
Right.
just may not be for you, and that's okay.
Exactly. Imagine, you know, Kobe or LeBron wasn't feeling good again, which has happened. And
Yeah.
they played a couple minutes, maybe played one quarter. And what do they call it when they
Load management.
uh,
Yeah.
load management. Imagine everybody saying, "Oh, he fucking trash. He took load
Yeah.
management.
Yeah.
He sucked." A real player would have went there and played the whole game. Like,
Yeah. And that
y'all
boy and
crazy.
that boy Edwin was a killer.
That's
Like
the
I
problem.
I, I
Right.
don't I don't know what they expected. Like
That's the
that
issue.
dude was an animal.
That's the issue with the media and sometimes fans. Fans don't know who people are fighting. They just see a name and then, oh, I know this guy, so he should definitely knock this other guy out.
Mm-mm.
Evan was a real good
Right.
dude on the
Yeah.
upswing of fights. You don't know what's happening all the time,
Exactly.
but this is what I can say. I like the approach he's taking afterward and kind of embracing his like Twitter persona, social media persona,
Mm-hmm.
and making that kind of something that can fight through all the bad press and all
Right.
the
That's
stuff
why he
people
had his
saying about
son,
him.
Twitter son.
That's what,
I
yeah.
Born
love
Twitter son.
that. He become one of my favorites. See, I like the thing of like see how Paulie Malignaggi, you had certain fighters. They didn't have necessarily knockout power, but everything, or even Floyd Mayweather, everything around it was a spectacle. And then it put pressure on the other guy to knock them out. So as long as Floyd not getting touched was like, damn, you can't mess with him. He talked all that shit. And I feel like Shakur is going in that path, and that's a very good lane and path for him. And that's a path to success in pay-per-view.
Yeah, man, that's the problem, man. People got just so much criticism, especially
Yeah.
when they can't even do half, like I said, half what you do. And
Have.
so critical of boxers. And it just sucked. It sucked because we have to be in our P's and Q's all the time. We gotta train hard. We gotta look good in the fight. We gotta win the fights.
Yeah.
Because God forbid you look bad or lose,
Yeah.
and oh, he won nobody like
Yeah. And
that.
then be in the
Like,
hospital alone.
yeah, or like you said, people don't know the fighters. Like, for example, that's what happened with Bud career. Like a lot of times, oh, he ain't fought nobody. Like, dude, just because the people he fought wasn't popular,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
don't mean the guys he won fight weren't good. The guys he fought was Olympic gold medalists, undefeated,
Mm-hmm.
world champions,
Mm-hmm.
multiple world champions, and stuff like that. And then people be like, oh, he wasn't nobody after Bud beat him.
Yeah. They weren't name brand, but they were very
Right.
good.
Like
Very
you
good
had
fighter.
somebody like Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn went,
Olympian.
even though they say that, okay, Pacquiao already won that fight, right? It still was so close
It
For him
was.
to go tooth and nail with Pacquiao, and for
Mm-hmm.
Bud to just demolish him, for y'all to
Yeah.
even say he was nobody.
Mm-hmm. Then years later, Pacquiao put hands on Keith Thurman.
Man,
Right,
So what you saying?
it
You're right.
it ain't
right.
right. It
Same
ain't right.
thing. Same thing with Ndongo. Oh, he was a nobody.
Yeah.
He went and he took each one of them belts he had from people at
Mm-hmm.
their own country,
He
knocked them
did.
out, took their belts, and then came to Omaha and got knocked out by Bud. Oh, he wasn't nobody. All
Mm.
right. Postal. Postal was a boogeyman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody talk about, oh man, it's Bud toughest fight. Bud wrecked him. Oh, he wasn't that good anyway. Like, dang, like,
Yeah. Nobody. They don't care. People, the fans like they pick who they pick to be the guy, and that's just how they go. You can't live through their eyes, man.
yeah. And then he did fight a popular name when he fought Sean Porter. You know, everybody gave Spence all this credit. Oh, he beat
Yeah.
Porter. Bud beat him. Ah, he was washed. He ain't nobody. Like Porter wasn't that good. His dad was dead. His dad
his,
stopped the fight. Like, man.
his daddy stopped it.
Man, so cold. Here on Bigs versus Bigs, we know the truth. We here to spread the truth, man, and bring more awareness to great fighters like yourself, who
Yeah,
probably also didn't get a fair shake. But your time is coming, man, and we're gonna be right here to watch it.
definitely, man.
Uh,
I
uh,
appreciate you.
of course, man. Let us know your handles. Let us know. Promote whatever you want to end of the episode, and we'll push it out.
All right. Yeah. So first off, I'm fighting August 3rd on
Absolutely.
the on Bud Undercard in LA. It'll be under the zone.
Yes,
So
sir.
I tune in, because another thing I do is I make my own uniforms.
We do that.
So and then every fight I come out with a creative correct character. So y'all stay tuned. I got a
Stay
good one
tuned.
for this one. I got
Mm-hmm.
a really good one. Y'all just stay tuned. It's gonna be dope, man. It's super
Yes,
dope.
sir. Yeah.
Um, but man, follow me on Instagram. Steven Nelson Boxing. You on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook. I got a fan page, Steven Soko Nelson, or
Mm-hmm.
my personal page, King Steven Nelson. I got
Mm-hmm.
Twitter, Soko Nelson on Twitter. And oh, TikTok.
TikTok. He get busy on
Yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm a comedian and stuff like that. I haven't posted a bunch of skits and stuff, but I got a bunch of them that I posted in the past, but I haven't posted none recently. But go in there and get a good laugh. Follow me.
Facts.
I'm a man of many trades. Carpenter, mechanic. I'm creative. I'm an artist. Make my own uniforms. I make other people's uniforms.
You made
I
the one
design.
for Fort Spence, right?
Yep, I designed all Bud uniform. This one gonna be for his. Gonna be dope as hell too. I designed a dope one for him. I do it all, man. So you want to be entertained in any way, just follow me.
Yeah, that's
We
what's
will.
up, Steven. Yo, thank you for coming by, man, and you're welcome after the fight to come do, and we have a victory chat, brother.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's do that for sure. For sure. I
All right,
appreciate
my
you.
brother.
Thank you for your time,
Take
man.
care, brother,
Yes,
and good luck.
definitely.
We
Y'all have a
praying for
good
you,
night.
man. All
Thank
Yes,
right,
sir.
you
bro.
too, bro.
So
All right.
cold out, baby.
So cool.